We told Kawasaki, listen, if there is a chance that they can go to the champion of the J-League, of course, we know that he want to take this opportunity. Clubs are supporting the players to go abroad, to go overseas. So they not ask for crazy money because maybe they get some percentage for the future sale or whatever. So they open the doors, and you can see that on the quality of these national teams. We want to make Thailand better. We want to make the league better. We want to support everybody. It's not always about the money. It's not always about the benefit. It's we want to develop Thai football.
Hello, welcome back to another Thai League Central exclusive interview. I'm Ta. We've had players and coaches come on the show before, but today, mixing things up a little bit, we have a football agent, and he's not just any ordinary football agent. He's the mastermind working behind the biggest deals in this continent. No other than Benni. Benni, thank you so much for your time today. Heard you're in Germany. Another deal. Is there going to be another deal in Germany?
First of all, thank you very much again that I have the chance to talk to you. Always when you ask me for my time, for you, I take my time because you are trustful media support for the Thai players. And yeah, thanks again. Yeah, as I said, for now, the German window is closed. Maybe a few deals coming up in Japan and in Korea maybe. And then we will see what happens in the next few days.
First questions first. AFF Suzuki Cup, the most recent one, up to 8 players, I believe, in the Thai squad. Yeah. Under FPS management. So congratulations on that big success. But there's been some talks that even before the tournament, you played a big role in getting Mano Polking as the head coach. Is that right?
Yeah, not let's say a big role, but it was like that Madame Peng called me to ask my suggestion or if I have an idea about a coach. And then it was just 2 months before the preparation. And I said, Madame, listen, there is no time to take any foreign coach or anyone who don't know the players. So in my mind, there's only one coach which you can take, and that is Mano Polking, because he knows the players. He doesn't need to travel to anywhere to watch the players. So he know what to do. He know how to talk to them. And yeah, that was the only logic solution, what she can do. And after that, I didn't hear from her anymore the last over 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And then I also saw it in your news that Mano will be the head coach. And yeah, we know the story, and absolute fantastic decision, and yeah, great success for all the Thai people. Congratulations again to Mano, to Madame Peng, all the staff, all the players. Great success, yes.
Now, talking about success, I think the deal that everybody wants you to talk about, and I think there's no better person to hear it from, is Chanathip Songkrasin to Kawasaki Frontale. And this is not just a Thai league player going to Japan. We've seen that over the past few years. This is a Thai player, the national team captain, moving from one J-League club to the biggest, some might say, J-League club, record-breaking transfer fee, I should say, for the J-League. And you worked very closely from the beginning of this deal to the end. Any behind the scenes you can share with people watching this interview?
Yeah, the fact is that Kawasaki approached us after the J-League season already. But I didn't inform Jay. Doi also didn't inform Jay. So because we didn't know it's serious, it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. So we told Kawasaki, listen, if there is a chance that they can go to the champion of the J-League, of course, we know that he want to take this opportunity. But the first step overall is they have to agree with Sapporo. So then there was the first contact between Kawasaki and Sapporo. And Sapporo said, no, they don't want to release him. Yeah, and then Kawasaki didn't give up. And then Sapporo called me and asked me if Jay want to go. And I said, listen, we don't want to push. We don't want to get problem. We want to do that in a fair way. And if Jay want to go, maybe Sapporo can find a solution. But if Sapporo not find a solution with Kawasaki, we fully accept. We will stay. Jay is not angry. We are not angry. That's the business. And then I had a talk with Sapporo that was in Christmas Eve. So for me, there was no Christmas because it was 3 a.m. in the morning and it was all over the days. So I didn't sleep much. And and then Sabro called and I said, yeah, he want to go. And then they said, okay. And then I said, but please, because it's a Suzuki Cup, it's important for Thailand, important for Che. Give him a few days until Sabro called Che and asked him really if he want to leave. And then, they called Che and Che said, yeah, it's hard for him to leave because we know Sabro gave him the chance to play in Japan. We are very thankful to Sabro and we can only say the best to the club. And and then it started actually. And then Sabro came back to Kawasaki and said, okay, we are open to listen for the offers. And unbelievable. The amount which we ended up is unbelievable for everybody. I don't want to say any numbers. A lot of numbers in the news, but I will not comment on that. And it's unbelievable. And then it happened fast. And with his performance in the Suzuki Cup, I think we don't need to talk further. That Kawasaki was very, very, very interested to take him. And then it happened over the last 2-3 days after the Suzuki Cup. Then we signed it.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about the quality of Jay Chanathip. I think he's taken that next step from being just great to elite now. And then it's the perfect time for that move to happen. Now, talking about moves, this guy over here, Benni, you know him pretty well, don't you? He's under FPS management as well, Pitiwat, and another player with the rumors surrounding him, Wiratep Pompan. Two youngsters, much younger than Jay, different stages of their careers compared to the veteran in Jay Chanathip. But with Pitiwat and Wiratep, a lot of Thai fans, a lot of Thai media outlets are pushing for them to make that step, make that move abroad. In your opinion, though, is it time yet for these guys to test the waters overseas, or maybe a few more years in Thailand before it can be a possibility?
But I think it's the right time to make this move. But if the club is willing to do that in Thailand, then probably it will happen. It's true that there is interest. It's true. More I cannot say for now. For now, it will not happen for the Japanese window. But let's see what happens in summer. These are the diamonds. But also there's Super Choke, for example. He have the potential. Then Tom Beer, for example, he have the potential. Also, don't forget Elias Dola. He also have the potential. He showed it in the game at the Suzuki Cup, and I think there are a few players which can make it. Also, don't forget the Sarah Yoyen. In the news, we always talk about Che. We talk about Tom Beer, about the performance in the Suzuki Cup. But don't forget these players. Don't forget Sarah. For me, he played outstanding. He's a player like Toni Kroos from Real Madrid. You don't see him much, but he's the leader in the game. He leads the game, and players like these are real diamonds. So we should also mention them. And also there is a chance also for Sarah to go to Japan. But as you know, FPS, we don't selling dreams. We open the doors, and at the end the player have to go inside by themselves. So that's why we don't promise them anything. At the end, it's the performance of their own.
And definitely that is a realistic goal to have in football. Sometimes it's all about dreams and ideas, but it's good to keep it real. It's good to make sure that all the football takes care of itself before the move happens. So great stuff there. Talking about moving abroad from a big picture now, not just players under FPS, from your angle, I want to know from an agent's angle, because we've talked to players, we talked to coaches, and they've shared their ideas. But for you, what is the biggest obstacle or barrier blocking the way of Thai footballers going to a foreign league? Because we want more Thai players to be playing elsewhere. We don't have a national team of everyone in the Thai league. And right now, the only big name is Jay Chanathip. So what's the biggest barrier?
There are a lot of players in Thailand which can definitely play in the J League, even in Europe. We had the problem with the Corona situation that some scouts couldn't travel to Singapore to watch the games. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that we also have some interest from Europe for some of the players. Just for example, or what you can see now, a lot of Korean players signed now also in Germany in the Bundesliga in the winter transfer window. I think 5 or 6 players only from Korea, and also the Japanese players. The transfer value of J inside the J League and the transfer value of these players, which are going from Japan or from Korea directly to Europe. So it's much, much, much lower amounts. And this shows me that the Korean and Japanese clubs are supporting the players to go abroad, to go overseas. So they not ask for crazy money because maybe they get some percentage for the future sale or whatever. So they open the doors, and you can see that on the quality of these national teams. So Korea and Japan is at the top in Asia. So, and this is what we should try to do also in Thailand. We should try to find a solution between the clubs, between the league, between the Thai FA, between the agents, that clubs don't see the agent as an enemy. They should see them as a help for Thai football. And maybe we can find a way if we sit all together when the offers come in from Japan or now also from Korea. We also have a lot of requests from Korea for our players, that we find a solution, not for crazy amounts, for crazy transfer fees. So that we find a fixed, let's say a fixed amount or a fixed loan fee that we give the chance to the players that they can go to overseas. And I think it's not about the players, it's between the cooperation, between the agents, between the clubs, between the leagues. So if we find their way, I think we will see more and more players outside Thailand, definitely.
What do you think is the impact of COVID? Has it drastically changed the way transfers are made?
Yeah, because the problem is you cannot travel. You cannot fly to somewhere to scout the player which you want to buy. You only can see it on the platforms. You can see him on the videos. You don't know him personally. You cannot sit down with him and discuss, only via video. So yeah, it's a difficult way. You can see it in Thailand, in the transfer window. Most of the deals, only players which are in the country changing around. Nobody comes from outside. So yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. And also, but it's not only in Thailand. It's everywhere. In Japan, you can see not many players will be signed from outside Japan. And also in Europe, there are not many deals outside Europe.
Final question I got for you, Benny. What is the biggest goal or goals this year for FPS? A big year ahead for 2022. From your perspective as an agent, what do you want to achieve?
I want that we go on like we are doing now. That we are trustful. That the players believe in us, because we showed in the development of Jay that we have a plan, that we know what we do, that we can achieve these goals if they trust us, and that the clubs in Thailand also start to trust us, or they trust us already, but that they see that there are also agents in the market which not only work for the player, they also work for the club. We want to make Thailand better. We want to make the league better. We want to support everybody. It's not always about the money. It's not always about the benefit. And I think now Doi, as the managing director in Thailand, learned a lot from me, learned a lot from the players, learned a lot by himself. He's doing a great job. So I have 100% trust in him. And I think, yeah, we will develop more Thai players, and I hope we will bring more Thai players to overseas, for sure.
That's going to be it for this interview. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, Thai League Central on all our social media platforms. I'm Ta. Thank you so much for watching this interview. See you next time. Swadee krap.
Thank you. Bye.